How's it going, my dudes? Today we look at literally the most game-breaking, meta-destroying PvP hero, none other than the great Enchantress. Okay, stop thinking out loud, I can hear you. This is not a clickbait. This is not a clickbait. I warn you again, this is not a clickbait. Enchantress is simply unstoppable and an amazing unit for PvP. Okay, so what makes her so good is that she single-handedly breaks the speed meta on her own. Okay, so if you're new to this game or if you're unfamiliar with titles like this one, you may not have heard of the term speed meta. What the speed meta is basically the current state of the game where whoever has the fastest units take the first action, and with that the result is usually who wins the fight. Okay, so the faster team usually wins pretty much. So there are a few go-to heroes that excel at the speed meta, which I will briefly cover in just a moment in the later part of this video. This will also explain why Enchantress is so OP. Okay, so let's take a look at Enchantress real quick. Let's look at the skills. Okay, so her first skill over here, all it does is it removes their energy levels, right, and then slows them down. So some kind of control, which is nice. And then her S2, it hits a few times, hits random enemies 6 times, and each hit has a 30% chance to steal 25% of the enemy's energy. Not a big deal, but again, yet another control element. If an enemy's energy falls below 15%, you actually stun them as well. Okay, but however, what really makes her so good is her S3. The one that makes her the most OP hero in the speed meta is Charm. Okay, so Charm over here, apparently it ignores resistances, which means it will definitely go off even if you have no hit percent at all. And someone is definitely going to be stunned, reduced to nothing, and slowed for 3 turns. Okay, money back guarantee on this. So this skill alone is already really strong. But now we also look at her leader skill, which is a 24% speed lead. Useful in every single content of the game and not just limited to PvP, but we're just going to focus on PvP for this video. Okay, so if you desperately need her for your catacombs, right, you need more speed, yeah, she can be used over there as well. And finally, we take a look at her base stats. So this is where she becomes really crazy. Okay, so actually let's just ignore the whole lot of her stats and take a look at her speed. Okay, she has 121 base speed. So upon evolving, Enchantress gets a massive 15 additional speed, giving her 121. So she's by far the fastest hero in the game by a large margin. I think the first runner-up is the Windwalker with 111. That's 10 speed less than her. So if you consider a world where everyone has the fastest runes, Enchantress will always go first, okay, always. Not only is she the fastest hero in the game, she also has a speed lead herself. So while not the fastest speed lead, 24%, slower than 35%, right, it is still a built-in mechanic that allows her to be even faster. So it's not really, that doesn't really matter that much, okay? So now you're asking, so what? What about her speed or her single target CC that makes her so good, right? So all these stats and skills mean nothing if not for her faction typing. She is a chaotic type, and that means that she prefers targeting lawful types. And now that brings us to why she's so good. We have to look at the lawful type heroes that may be disrupted by her kit, okay? So number 1, we have, of course, everyone's favorite Windwalker. Okay, so Windwalker is one of the most common and better energy boosters in the game with a really good speed of 111, okay? So her S3 over here, what it does is it gives your entire team a 30% energy boost with 3 turns haste. So you give her a lot of speed, she'll be able to take the first turn, boost your whole team with energy, and then your whole team gets to go first. So that's why she is completely indispensable for the speed meta. But she's also automatically disrupted by Enchantress because she's a lawful type. And Enchantress, who has the higher base speed, is going to go first, and she's automatically going to charm your Windwalker, reducing Windwalker to nothing. So that's one. Next, we look at Druid. Okay, so Druid is not just a healer, he can also be built for his energy boosting over here. So yeah, another popular hero for the speed meta because he has a speed lead of 24% over here, as well as a 30% energy boost on his S3, but he is also automatically disrupted by Enchantress. And then now we move on to yet another popular pick, Una. So over here, Una, she's actually not that widespread, but she is still very useful, okay, because her S3 boosts attack and defense for your allies and also grants them a 20% energy boost. Very compact, all-in-one hero. She is also automatically disrupted by Enchantress. And then you look at the next, one of the most impressive leaders of the speed meta, okay, the Elven Queen. So depending on how you choose to play her, you can either go with her S3A over here that reduces all enemies' energy by 50%, or grant your team with a 1-turn invincibility and 3 turns immunity with her S3B, or like Windwalker over here, you can give her 30% energy boost on her S2B. So it sounds really good, right? But also automatically disrupted by Enchantress. So literally all the speed meta energy boosters exist in the Lawful type. Nothing else comes close in the other factions. And I mean seriously, they are all Lawful faction, okay? So the only way you can ensure that you don't get your turn order screwed up so badly by Enchantress is to literally bring probably a Demonic Sportsman, because he won't be targeted by Enchantress at all. But then again, you better hope that you have enough speed to be usable in the speed meta, because you need to juggle your crit rate, you need to juggle your maybe defensive stats or whatever, and your base speed is only 104. You're not going to compare with someone like Enchantress who has 121 base speed. Okay, so I have 256 speed on my Enchantress. Let's take a look at how OP she can be. Okay, so I only have a few arena entries, so let's hit them hard and fast. Let's take a look at their heroes. Okay, so basically I'm only going to be targeting speedy comps, so like this for example. Okay, so what we want to make sure is a few things. Okay, they need to have a speed booster. Like in this case, they do have an Elven Queen who may not necessarily need to build speed energy boosting. However, she can also play with, you know, invincibility, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's just go ahead and charm her. Take note that if you're playing on auto, this should work as well. You should be targeting whoever has the highest energy, which in most cases should be their energy boosters. So we go with Wind's Blessing just for the lols. Okay, I didn't manage to get a defense break there. Not a problem. Okay, so we can just straight up like kill the Elven Queen right off from the get-go. I mean, well, but she is really tanky, man. Okay, but regardless, unless she's on Berserk, which I highly doubt it, I'm not sure actually. Oh, she's dead. Okay, game over. That's it. I mean, like literally, I will always go first. I will always go first. Whoops. There is no doubt about it. So yeah, really effective here. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, so this is the next one. Definitely not the most terrifying team to encounter, but like I said, Druid with a speed lead, and I think he probably has the immunity buff as well. So if you press the auto button, oh, I did not automatically target whoever has the highest energy. Okay, so that we probably need to take note of that. So that means that you cannot actually just automate your runs in that sense. Okay, another fast comp. Not scary, like I said. Sorry. So my understanding was she would charm whoever has the highest energy based on my experiences, but I guess not. Yeah, she's not doing that. So you probably have to manual just the charm at the start, but the thing is, as long as you go first and as long as you charm the unit that you're supposed to charm, which is their energy booster, you're super good to go. So wow, that's like all my energy right now. Yeah, let's just do a refill. Alright, yet another speed comp. So you want to be careful when you're using Enchantress. Make sure that there is only one single Lawful type over there. And yeah, wow, this really works so well. I really enjoy this arena team. It's fantastic, and I just discovered how overpowered Enchantress can be with like her ability to just disrupt the enemy's lineup completely by taking out whoever makes their team so rounded, you know. Okay, and even comps like this where they don't even have an energy booster, you can even disrupt their entire formation by just taking away the succubus from the equation, just like that. And they no longer have the attack buff, they no longer have the defense break. Their team is basically wasting their first turn, and they're just gonna waste their powerful skills. Okay, I mean, if they actually got the turn, they would have just wasted their powerful skills just like that. This is so crazy. Oh my goodness, this is really game breaking. But there are possible counters to this comp, which is whoever can survive, they will ultimately win, because my comp just cannot sustain. Okay, so if I'm encountering a really tanky team, I probably might not want to use this strategy. And oh my goodness, they have immunity over there. which could be a problem, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Wow, okay. There's a lot of resistance going on here. Okay, so yeah, like you see, okay, if you run immunity, that completely nullifies my team, right? So if you either play tanky or you, just bring immunity, then I'm pretty much screwed. So I think the strategy right now is to just get rid of their Medusa, and I should be okay. I should be okay, I should be fine, I think. Because my Popo is going to be a real MVP about all the dots and all that. Okay, so far so good. And yeah, this is even against a very tanky comp, okay? Where they have an Ironheart, Abyss Lord as well, Medusa who's going to be built defensively. Still okay, still working fine. But you can see the fragility of this comp over here. It's not gonna work in all the cases, but in terms of speed, very, very effective. Okay, so I went ahead and cleared the rest of the whole list. So let's find one more speed comp to call it a day. There we go. Okay, so this is a little bit of a hybrid. Okay, they have a tanky Abyss Lord, but generally they are just built to be fast. Look at me, I am so much faster than their Windwalker over there. That's crazy. Okay, so I doubt the Druid has any energy boost, so that's all good. Alright, let's do this. I don't really want to kill the Windwalker because I want to be able to spread that disease around. Spread it around. Kill it. Now we can kill it. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope it's been informative. I hope a lot of people are asking me like, is Enchantress good? Oh my goodness. Like, the people who ask that question, they have no idea how good she is, how overpowered she can be. I just cleared the whole list like that. I mean, frankly, they are not the strongest enemies that I've faced, but she is a one-man show that allows all this to happen. Okay, it's because she exists that you can definitely overcome all the speed comps that you face. I don't even know what to say. She's just so good, and even if you put her on defense, her typing is just going to automatically target the enemy's Windwalkers or the enemy's Druid, Elven Queen, whatever. It's all done for. It's like she knows who to target, and she always targets right as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it was informative, and if you did, leave a like and let me know in the comments so that I know what more content to produce in the future. And with that said, I hope to see you again in the next one. Peace out.